So, you just landed at Maurice Bishop International Airport in beautiful Grenada and need a taxi? You probably just realized that Uber doesn't work here. That's right, Grenada doesn't have Uber. But don't worry. Instead, locals and visitors alike use RideGo, the fastest growing rideshare app on the island. With just a few taps, you can request a safe, reliable, and affordable ride anywhere in Grenada. Whether you're heading to your hotel, the beach, a restaurant, or exploring the island, RideGo has you covered. No waiting, no guessing, no hassle. Download the RideGo app today and experience transportation the modern way. RideGo, moving Grenada one ride at a time. Welcome to Ride Country.
Yeah. Ride Along Live. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to Thursday on the ride. Thursday. Nice. Day after the hump day, guys. And as I say, the day before, they really kick off the weekend, all right? Diane, Denise, how are you doing? Nice to have you on board. Welcome to the ride. Yes. All right, guys. So today is a very interesting conversation that I want everyone to listen to and partake in, right? You know, oftentimes we do this conversation where we talk to our community of how they could better their arrangement, especially if you live in the United States. Now, this is for everyone. Whether you live in the United States or you plan to visit the United States, or you don't even plan to visit the United States, but I'm sure you have friends and family that live in the United States. For about 8 to 9 years, or possibly even more, myself and Deanna Winterfunde has been providing the community with necessary information to adjust your status, to update you on how the process works. We've been telling you for all this time how important it is, right? If you are in a situation where you could move forward to change your status, or even if you have a green card, that is not the end. You should go forward and even get your citizenship, right? A lot of you guys listened, but a lot of you guys did not listen. So what we're seeing now, because there have been increased enforcement, we've been seeing a lot more people paying attention to this because they're in a situation where either they did not adjust their status, so they're living in the United States undocumented, and now they're looking for reasons or situations or how they could adjust their status. This is still a platform where you can get that information because the lawyer, the attorney, is here with us today. But as of a few months ago, right, when this new administration came into power in the United States, we've been warning you guys of major changes in immigration protocol, immigration procedures. We spoke a few weeks ago in regards to third party nationals, where people are being rounded up and deported and sent to countries that they don't even know, never been to, never even heard of, right? Tonight's story is to show you guys in reality what actually happened, because we do have a live guest on the platform, on the program here tonight, with the attorney, Deanna Winterfunde, that's going to talk about just that. Now, just imagine this. You live in the United States. You pay your taxes for over this many, many years. You may have little run-ins, as I did at one point in time. I got arrested because my license was suspended. That could be anybody. But because of something maybe as simple as that, you could be deported, and not even deported back to your country. In many instances, you may not even get the opportunity to go back to your country. People are sent to far countries in Africa and any country really who the United States have some sort of arrangement with, right? We've been hearing the new arrangement. We've been hearing that the Prime Minister of Antigua speaking out, saying that he's willing to accept undocumented folks that are deported from the US, but he's only looking to take 10 per year. Different countries are making their own standards as to what and how they would accept. Now, there are countries in Africa that don't have that arrangement. They're taking in huge amount of folks that are deported from the United States. This story, again, is a little bit of that. Now, my next guest, her husband, get it, her husband was sent out of the United States. And get this, he was sent to Southern Africa, to a country that you can't even pronounce. A lot of us don't even know the name properly, right? Let's bring on both of my guests, attorney, who absolutely don't need any sort of introduction. She is my sister in this business here. I've been telling you about this for many, many years. And Joan, who is the wife of the pastor that was deported. First, let me just welcome everyone to the platform. Sister, how you doing? Fun day.
Yeah, I'm missing Grenada, sir. I'm missing Grenada, but the work goes on. I am absolutely missing my Grenada right now, but I understand that the work goes on. How you been?
I've been good. Doing well. Just
You look nice and fat. You look like life. Agree with you.
Let me tell you, someone met me today, and she said, "Junior,
you look nice and fat."
No, she said, you gain a lot of weight. I'm like, gain a lot of weight? I don't know about that. But it's good because if you slim down a little bit, they say something wrong with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you get too big, there's something wrong with you too. So
which one is it?
In the middle a lot.
Which one is it? Yes.
Fun day. So you all the way on the other side of the world. It's the next day. It's tomorrow where you are right now.
It is Friday morning at 5:17 a.m. Friday morning at 5:17 a.m. in the beautiful country of Thailand. And the work goes on. The work goes on.
And you're so committed.
Yes, sir.
You most people don't get up this time of the morning. You up and you're doing the thing. We appreciate it.
I am up, sir. I had court at midnight because remember, even though I'm on the other side of the world, life goes on the East Coast. So I still have to get up and keep I can work from anywhere, thank God, but I still have to get up and keep things moving. So I was able to do that.
Right. So we're having a bit of a problem with Joan.
I see that.
He came in and then her video stuck for a bit.
I think I'm back. Can you hear me?
I hear her. I hear her.
No, we hear you, but we're not seeing you. Your video is gone.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, if audio is all we could get, we'll take what we could get.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Are you able to hear us properly, Joan?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, guys, you're not able to see Joan. But you'll be able to hear her, and it's important to hear her story. Joan, tell us a little bit. What happened? Tell us the story. What really happened with your husband?
Well, in January of this year, ICE came to knocked on my doorstep, if you want to put it like that. My husband went outside and saw two young men at my neighbor's house. They came out of my neighbor's house, and he said hello. They said hello to him. He went in his car, and they followed behind him. And then they stopped him and called his name. And they told him that he was going to be detained. He asked why. He didn't do anything. They said, do I have any charges? He said, no. You're being detained. He said, why? And they said, because of the current administration.
Wow.
And that was it.
This is mind-boggling, Fundy, right? Um, did he? And I know the case is sort of pending, and then there's information that we cannot share at the moment because it's going through the process. Was he? Did he have a green card, Funde? What was his legal status?
Joan, you want to share that part of it, his status before all of this?
He was granted the CAT in 2016, which is the Convention Against Torture.
Oh,
Again, that was 2016. And ever since that, he has had to report every year to an ICE field office.
right,
And he has done that on time every year. Has done everything correctly, everything that they've asked for, no problems, no complications at all.
right. So stop right there, right, Funde, because this is something. One of the situations that we haven't heard before. The cat. Tell us about the cat, Funde.
Right. Thanks, Jay, and thanks, Joan, for joining us and sharing this story about Pastor Junior, who I know personally. He's a friend of the Academy, he's a friend of what we do, whether referring clients to the firm or anything of that nature. So when Joan reached out to me, I couldn't resist. I said, let me use my resources. So the Convention Against Torture is a relief that is granted in immigration court. So a
Uh-huh.
lot of times there are individuals that may have had some contact with law enforcement for whatever reason. And as it pertains to pastor, there's some things that we're not going to share because that's some things because this case is active. So he would have had some kind of contact with law enforcement and he had his day in court. He had an opportunity to present his case to the judge, and the judge granted him a relief, Junior. In other words, the judge said, we're not going to remove you from the country. Why? Because if we remove you, it's more than likely that you could be persecuted in your home country. This was found by a immigration judge here in the United States. So that is a relief that he got. As part of that relief, Pastor Junior was told he had to report, which he has been doing, Junior, for the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
He has been doing exactly. He has not been arrested since then. He's been doing every single thing that they have asked of him. So,
Mm-hmm.
Convention Against Torture is a legal basis. It's a legal relief wherein the judge says, we're not going to remove you, stay inside of the country. Because if we remove you, more than likely, you can be tortured, you can be persecuted. So, we're not going to remove you from the United States.
Right. So during that period, and Joel, I'll come back to you in a quick second. During that period that you're under this relief, this cat, right? Could he have adjusted his status? Were there any option to adjust your status when you had a cat?
No, with CAT, it's post deportation, meaning there would have been something that have happened, and it's a protection that is given to certain individuals. So, for example, you heard Joan mentioned he was under what we call an order of supervision, meaning annually you go in, you shake the ICE officer's hand, where you living, pastor, what you up to, and then they would say, see you next year. We would call those individuals low priority. They were not a priority of the government. Never been. Never been. This man is not a criminal. He's not a priority of the government.
Right,
Not a
right.
priority at all.
So, Joan, why do you
It
think?
allows
So, go ahead, Funde. Finish your thought.
I was going to say CAT allows individuals to remain in the United States with their family members. That's
Right,
what it does. It allows them to remain here.
right. So, Joan, when the officers or the individuals came to your door, knocked at your door, did they identify themselves as ICE?
No, not until they again, they were at our next door neighbor's house. They came out of our next door neighbor's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, my husband said hello, and they said hello back. And he went into his car, and he started to drive. And that's when they made the notion for him to pull over, in which he did. And
Mhm.
they didn't ask him his name. They told him they they told him who he was. So
Mhm.
they knew who he was. I mean, when they came.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
also he did have another interview 2 weeks I think this happened on the 11th, and he had another interview on something. So I mean, he they could have waited until he went into his interview, but they decided to pick him up before that.
Right. So, Fonde, how often do you have to go into ICE during the process where you're under this cat relief? How often do you actually have to go in? Is it
Right.
yearly? What's the process of that?
For many people, it's annually because they're considered low priority junior, right? He's not a criminal. He's not a flight risk. So there are factors that they look at when you're granted this relief. He's not a criminal. He's not a flight risk. This man has 7 United States citizen children. He has a United States citizen wife. He has a home. So these are factors that ICE would look at. And when somebody's reporting once a year, it means they're a low priority, meaning they're not out there robbing nobody. They're not out there doing anything they're not supposed to be doing. So it's a formality where once a year he goes in to check in with ICE. It's called an order of supervision.
Right,
OSOP. We just referred to it. Oh, you're on OSOP.
right. So, Fonde, the thinking is now, if even if they were to deport him, they can't send him back to his home country, Jamaica, right? That would be his home country. So what happened?
That
What
is
happened
correct.
after that? What happened next?
So, what the Trump administration is doing is circumventing or looking at ways to violate the law. Remember, Pastor Jr. was granted protection by an immigration judge. I want to make that very, very, very clear because I don't want people to say, oh, he should be sent back to his house. He should. No, he was granted this protection, meaning he went in front of a judge and proved his case that if he were sent back to Jamaica, he would be tortured. So, what the Trump administration has done in the past, I don't know, the last 12 months or so, probably a little bit more, they've revived this policy, third country nationals.
Right,
That's what they've come up with. So, we're not going to send you back to your home because that would be a clear violation of the terms of the pastor's granting of cat. That would be a clear violation. So what they've done is that they're saying now, hey, let's send them to one of these countries that the United States has formed these bogus agreements with.
so Fonde, there is no way that you could gone back to the judge and make a case for this man, stating that he's not a risk, he's not a criminal. I mean, he been living and checking in and doing everything. He's a low priority, low hanging fruit. Is there any case that could be made in his defense?
I'll have Joan talk about the work that they've done as far as this, there's pending action. Joan, go ahead.
Okay. We have put in a habeas corpus, and we're waiting
Uh-huh.
for the judge to answer that habeas. On July 11th, which I think is next week, Saturday, he would have been in there 180 days. And at 180 days, you have to
Yes,
now
released.
answer questions to the judge. What are your intention? What's going on? Why is he in there for 180 days?
Right. I
So
see.
I can fill in. I think Joan froze. So
Yeah.
Because you
so
cannot,
there she
Well,
is.
or you
she's
shouldn't.
catching back up again. Yeah, Joan, you're moving. That's why probably the internet is very
Okay, yeah,
unstable.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So,
Sorry.
Diani, if I'm correct, please let me, somebody there without some kind of acknowledgement why you have them detained. Correct?
That is correct. That is correct. So
Right.
what the law says, when you hold someone for 180 days, they give you 180 days to figure something out. What are you doing with
Exactly.
this person? And under the
Mm-hmm.
law, you have to show a significant likelihood of removal. So there has to be a significant likelihood that you're removing. Otherwise, it's almost like release him.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're violating his rights. Because here's the thing with Pastor's case, they had nothing to charge him with, Junior. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like he reoffended. He didn't go out and get rearrested. So technically, there's zero reason for them to have detained him. It's not like they caught him driving without a license, or they caught him, violating the terms of the order of his supervision. Maybe he moved to another state without updating his address. That's not what happened. What they did was they literally just picked him up. And so they sat on him for 180 days because they have nothing to do. They have nothing to charge him with. They can't put him back in front of the judge because he was cooperating with them. So when it hits 180 days, typically
Uh-huh.
they have to either do a credible fear interview or they have to release him, because the law says there has to be a likelihood of removal in the foreseeable future, or you have
Right.
to release him. And so because they couldn't release him, they packed him up and sent him to Southern
Yes.
Okay.
Africa.
Send him. So, so,
Mhm.
so, Joan, where did they send your husband to?
To South Africa.
Southern Africa.
Correct.
What's the name of the country?
Correct.
What's the name of the
I
Say
country?
the
I
name of the
don't
country
even
for me,
know.
Miss Joan.
I don't even know how to pronounce
Eswina.
it.
I can.
Eswina or something like that. Yeah.
Funde, what's the name of the country?
I'll tell you in a second.
I'm asking this because it's strange. They sent him to a country we can't even pronounce.
Exactly.
Name is Eswatini. Eswatini. It's a small country. We know it. How I know this country?
Uh-huh.
Bujaband and Swaziland. That was the name of the
Huh?
country, Swaziland. So when the name changed in 2018, so that's why a lot of us we never learned about this country in high school, because that was not a country back then. They renamed it in 2018. It is a small country in southern Africa. So it's not South Africa. It's the southern part of Africa. Very small. It has approximately 1.2 million people that
Yeah.
lives in this country. It's in southern Africa.
Well, Funde,
Eswatini.
when he go to Eswatini, sorry, what the, what will he do there? Does he have any friends? Like, do we know the place? Like,
Friends. Excuse me. He is still detained. He's still
I know
detained.
he is
He
still
is now
detained.
detained. Yeah,
He's
he's
in
now
prison.
detained in South Africa.
yes, I ask it in a funny way because I know, of course, he doesn't have any friends there. But I'm saying, why that country? Why was Eswatini,
Eswatini.
Eswatini?
Eswatini, because you know why? Because the corrupt government of Eswatini and between 30 countries, most of which are African nations,
Uh-huh.
Jamaica included, they've all signed these agreements with the current administration of the United States because they get money. Eswatini received 5.1 million US
Mhm.
dollars to hold third country nationals. Eswatini, this little country with 1.2 million people, the prison that Joan's husband is in, they built it and they're building more.
So
It's
it's an economy.
corruption.
They built a whole economy on the receiving
Yes. Yes.
third-party nationals.
Yes.
Correct.
This
Correct.
corrupt nation. It's a corrupt nation. Eswatini. Put it on your list,
And
guys.
also,
We're not traveling there.
yeah.
Go ahead, Joan.
And also, when he came off the plane, in order for him even to come out of the vehicle that he was in, the African police had to surround him just in case somebody would shoot after them. So, I mean, his life is still in danger there.
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
yeah.
Funde, is it possible that he could have selected or opt, even if you're going to deport and there is no other option, is it possible that he could have requested to be some other country closer to home? Is that an
So
option?
under US laws, if they're going to remove or take Pastor Alves out of the country, he should have been given an opportunity to talk with his family, to talk to a lawyer, to kind of see what's the best fit for him. There's certain due process rights which he should have been given. None of that was given to him. None of that was given to him.
So does that mean now he have a case? Because I know there was one instance where this individual was deported and there was a case made and the Supreme Court ordered that he have to be returned back to the United States. Is there possible some kind of human rights violation here that could be taken up on on this particular matter?
And that's what we're hoping to do, what's going on with Pastor Alves, and see if there are any humanitarian ears out there that are listening. That way we can have him potentially returned back to the United States. Not taken to Jamaica, not taken to another country, but return to where his children are, his United States citizen children, his United States citizen wife.
Wow. This is crazy, guys. We spoke about this. Now we actually seeing this in practical sense where folks are being deported and not sent back home, but sent back to faraway countries that we can't even pronounce. Eswatini is where Pastor was sent. Now, Joan, did they tell you that that was the country that they were sending him to?
No,
Did you
no,
know, or how
no.
did you know that? So how did you find out that that's where he was
It's
going?
he called us and told us. Um, I was on the phone and I got like several calls, missed calls from WhatsApp. And I was like, "Who's calling me?" And when him telling me that he's South Africa. I mean, I dropped the phone when he told me that. I was in shock.
So funding, a lawyer could don't have to be present. What about the statute? What about people's
Yes.
right? What about all of those things? There was no lawyer. There was nothing. They just picked him up and sent him back to Eswatini.
Nothing, nothing. He was no due process. He didn't get a chance to talk to a lawyer. He didn't get a chance to, and mind you, he is on medication. He needs his medication. We're talking about health care. We're talking about legal rights. We're talking about all these things that are being ignored. They're being ignored. There are
Mm-hmm.
no
Yeah.
medical doctors there waiting for these individuals.
Yeah.
There's none. None. And that is why we want this community to be aware of what's, because a lot of times, Junior, we play tone deaf. We're like, oh, that guy was sent back to Colombia. I'm not even paying attention. But
Mhm.
what this brings true is that it's now happening in our communities being affected. This is close to home. This
Correct.
is home. This is home.
And even before this,
Mm.
while he
Yeah.
was doing his 6 months, he spent almost 2 months in Alcatraz. And that was, they had him cage.
Yeah. Again, we losing connection there with Joan.
He was sharing with us
Yeah.
because he was detained
30
in
people
Florida,
in
and
a dog cage.
Yeah.
I think Joan, we're losing you a little bit.
Yeah,
But
I'm
what she's
sorry.
saying is
Yeah.
that in 6 months, go ahead,
Yeah.
Joan.
All right, Joan.
Yeah, he spent the first 2 months detained in Alcatraz. That's by Alligator Alley. And he was in a dog cage. It's literally a big dog cage with 30 men. They did not even have a clock. They couldn't even tell you what time it was. The way he could tell us, like he'll say, "Okay, I'll call you back in an hour." And I'm like, "How can you call it back in an hour if there's no watch? I mean, there's no clock." He had to wait for, like, every person was allowed 15 minutes on the phone. So he said, "Okay, I know that there will be after the fourth person, then I'm up." it's an hour. That's how they could determine what time it was. I mean, no medication there. The food was cold. It was horrible. And I was just remembering one time we were on the phone and I heard a big commotion. Apparently, somebody climbed up on the cage with a towel or a sheet and wrapped it around the top part and jumped off. They hung themselves there. And the guards literally they weren't shocked. It was the inmates there that had to help this individual down. So he's been through a lot.
And funny you're saying he's obviously not a criminal. How did these people even get him back on their radar to be treating him like this? Low priority individual.
Because this current administration has made it a priority. They've made them and in this detention center, I can share with you, we had a chance to talk to Pastor Alves this morning, and we were on video call, and he could show you individuals from other countries, Vietnam, some other countries, Cuba, that are being affected, that have been in this place for over a year in some cases.
So this could be
Yes.
this could be anyone. I want people to listen to this very
could be
carefully.
anyone.
We have Eswatini, who has this arrangement, building a whole economy of receiving deported individuals from the United States. It's a whole economy. So, of course, if they're making all this money, they would accept, they would build, they would gladly accept all of that stuff because they're getting money. So what could individual do preemptively, or is there anything that any one of us could do preemptively to avoid or just try to not end up in that situation, Funde?
This is a tough one because, I would say, if you don't want to end up in this situation, cooperate, go to your check-ins, stay out of trouble. All of the things that Pastor Alves did is what I would tell people to do.
Yes.
Don't reoffend, change your life, show that you're rehabilitated. These are the things that I would tell them to do. And that's exactly what he did. And it still technically got it right there. So these are the things I would have told him to do.
Wow. Someone sent me a message here, Funde, and they want to know if, since that he was under the C8, the cat thing, and he was married, was there any option to allow him to adjust his status to marriage?
And I won't get into the details of his case. The answer I'll give is that the family was pursuing aggressively any and all options for Pastor Alves. This family was not just sitting on their hands and not doing anything. They were pursuing any and all avenues for the pastor. And you're right, he does have a U.S. citizen spouse. He does have children that are United States citizen, and the family was aggressively pursuing all avenues for him.
So what's next when he's there? He obviously would like to get out of the situation. Is it a permanent situation, or what's the next step for him?
Well, we're hoping it's not permanent. I know there's a habeas corpus petition, which is an action to say bring the body back. We know there's a habeas pending. We're hoping they do the right thing and bring Pastor back home.
Right. And what's the time frame? Have you seen? Have any precedents? Have you seen this before? And what time frame? I guess everything is just new. We're just going by.
Yes, we have seen this before. We have seen something like this before. Remember, we just talked about the gentleman that was removed to Colombia and they brought him back. So we're hoping this can be done. We don't want him sitting there because he needs his medication. He has dietary restrictions which are not being followed. Like, this place is feeding them like animals, which is not right. So we don't want him sitting there for much longer than he has to.
Yes. Yes, and that's the other thing, Funde. I know we spoke about, his diet and he not getting fed right. How is his health situation at the moment?
We don't even
Joan, you
know.
want to talk about
We
Pastor's
haven't seen
health?
any medical.
I think so.
Yeah, we don't even know right now, because he hasn't had any kind of medical attention. So we don't know what's going on.
Wow, this is shocking, right? This is shocking. Funde, are we seeing the same kind of arrangement for Jamaica and other Caribbean islands? Like what's in Eswatini, where they are paying these countries? Is it
We
straight
are.
deposit?
There's about between 27.
Mhm. Go ahead.
So we are. There's between 27 and 30. There's between 27 and 30 countries that have signed on to this agreement. Mostly black and brown countries. The European countries and all those other countries are not a part of the madness. Mainly the black and brown countries between 27 and 30. Jamaica has signed on. Jamaica has a memo of understanding with the United States where they have agreed to take 25 third country nationals every 2 weeks. So they've agreed to 100 third country nationals a month, which is about 1,200 per year. According to the memo of understanding that Jamaica signed, it's for transition purposes. So individuals that are transitioning to either their home country or another third country. So a lot of countries are participating. Why? The United States is writing a very big check. Some countries are getting 4 million, some are getting 7 million. Eswatini, as we saw, they got $5.1 million. So the United States has made it very lucrative for some of these third world countries. It's like putting a can of sardine in front of a cat. They are going to eat that sardine, and that's what we're seeing happening.
Mm. Wow. Guys, this is a serious situation. Again, it's important, and we continue to tell everyone it's important. If you are in a position to adjust your status and you live in the United States, you need to run, don't walk. You need to move fast on this one, right? You need to move fast. And Funday, we also saw here, just a note that just came in from one of our viewers, is that the report indicate that these agreements vary from country to country. So not each country doesn't have a same arrangement, as you rightfully said as well. The amount that they pay might be different. The financial assistance, while the security funding, all of this stuff are way different. Immigration enforcement, participation, diplomatic arrangement. Is there a time frame? Is there a time frame? I know there might be 5.1 million. Is that for a specific, like a month, 2 months, 3 months? Do we know?
Time frame because none see the agreements.
Right.
No, none of us are seeing what the agreement is. That we're not privy. All we know, some people have done research and they know that some of these countries have gotten in the millions of dollars, but we don't know what the longer will be kept there in Eswatini. We do not know. We do
And
we do not know.
I did speak to some of the individuals that are there. Some have been there 9 months, a year, just sitting there waiting.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are they actually waiting for? So they're detained for an unspecific period of time, Funde?
And no reason. Remember, normally when somebody's detained or arrested, they've done something wrong.
Yeah.
These individuals haven't done anything wrong. Pastor hasn't done anything wrong. He was carrying on with his life. And now he's detained. It's not like they're housed. They're not being housed. They're being imprisoned. There is a difference.
Right.
There is a difference.
Funde, you represent a lot of people straight across the board, and I'm sure if Joan is going through this, there might be other people who are going through something similar. Preemptively, what could someone do? What do they need to do from this standpoint?
I'm going to tell you, do what Pastor was doing. Do what Pastor was doing. He was cooperating. He was going to all his check-ins. He maintained his address. He was filing his taxes. He had a proper driver's license. I'm going to tell you to do exactly what he was doing when he got detained, which people are going to say, then why should I do it if he got detained? But he was doing exactly what we require of individuals in his position to do. Don't move and don't change your address. Make sure you go to your check-in. You heard Jones said he had a check-in coming up in 2 weeks. That means last year he would have gone to his check-in. He has one coming up in 2 weeks. So he wasn't violating. So all of the things that Pastor was doing is what I would tell people to do.
Right. Fundy, I think you put the camera in front of us, your phone, in front of our camera. Fundy, you there? All right, guys, you're watching Right Along Live here, and we are talking about this situation here. But in general sense, what is happening with a lot of immigrants, folks that's living in the United States, and how they are being treated. We spoke about the third party nationals that are being sent to the different countries. We heard that they have arrangement from Jamaica down to Grenada. I believe that there was some sort of arrangement that was made. We just heard the Prime Minister of Antigua, as I said, going full force and saying that Antigua would only take a maximum of 10 individuals, nothing more than 10. But the arrangements are such that if countries fail to push forward or accept, they might meet difficulties, trade wars,
Exactly.
and all sorts of different things that may affect punishment, the economy. Funny, your camera is in front of the camera for us, eh? Your phone. Funny, you hear me?
Oh, I put my, I didn't realize I covered up the
Yeah.
camera.
Yes.
So you're absolutely right, Jay. If they refuse to play ball, then there can be consequences. The United States is pressuring these countries to do their dirty work for them. That's all it is. They're being pressured to do the dirty work.
Right. Joan, are you planning to go to Eswatini? Do they have visitation? How do you?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out if they have visitation, what the procedure is. I don't know. I mean, if they do have visitation, then yes, I will be there.
Wow.
Yeah.
But this is just shocking. This is just shocking. We spoke about it, but now we're actually seeing it in practical sense.
We're seeing it.
We're
seeing it close to home. We are seeing it.
Absolutely. Someone just also messaged me, Funde, while we're here. We talk about the what's happening with the Haitian. Could we touch on that a little bit? Haitian migrants.
I know TPS. Remember, TPS has been canceled.
Canceled.
TPS has been. They're ending TPS for Haitian migrants.
Right.
See a shakeout. Listen, there's a complete overall. There is a complete overall of what's going on with immigration. The president the president has been doing a lot. A lot of families are going to be affected. So we're going to see a lot going on with immigration in this coming year, in the next few short months, actually.
Yeah. Wow. Sad. Joan, we're really sorry to see that you're going through this here. I've learned about a new country on the map today, Eswatini. Because there might be a lot more people in Eswatini than we even know. So we may have to investigate what's happening in Eswatini with that new economy there. So Joan, we're really sorry to hear what you're going through. Any last words? Anything else you want to say to our audience?
I mean, just comply with if you're under any kind of court supervision, just comply, because you have to comply with the law like how he did. But I don't know. I'm still trying to ask myself, or trying to figure out why. But God knows, I mean, exactly what the situation is and what's going to happen.
Yes. Well, as far as with Funde, I know you're in good hands. She's very experienced. I know she's doing everything possible, and she would continue to do everything possible to assist you. Just hope that we get some positive feedback in a very short period of time. on this pending situation here. Funde, any last thing? Anything else?
Just I think as a community, we have to support each other. And when this comes to light, we can't say, oh, what did he do? Or, let me just turn my back. These calls like this are going to be happening more regularly. We're going to be having another conversation about another family with something like this happening, which is clear human rights violations. So I just want our community to empathize, to reach out to Joan and see how they can assist, right? I would love to call up our congressmen, bring stories like this to light. Let's put a face to these situations with what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to continue to keep
And
the
I'll
story.
leave it at that, Jay.
We're going to continue to keep the story alive, just to keep it in the air. And Joan, thank you so much for joining and sharing your story with us. We're really feeling for you and wish you all the best going forward, okay? Thanks again. Funde and Joan, they're telling her story in regards to her husband. Right along live. Don't move. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the island's boldest ATV experience. The only tour daring enough to bring you this level of excitement, freedom, and adrenaline. Feel the power. Conquer rugged trails. Experience breathtaking views. Ride beyond the ordinary. Feel the power. This is not just a tour. This is the power of Ride ATV. Get ready for fun. Get ready for excitement. Get ready to ride. Book now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Ride ATV. Adventure starts here.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please.
Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet?
Yes, multi-X, all of them.
Smart! Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong.
Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
So, you just landed at Maurice Bishop International Airport in beautiful Grenada and need a taxi? You probably just realized that Uber doesn't work here. That's right, Grenada doesn't have Uber. But don't worry. Instead, locals and visitors alike use RideGo, the fastest growing rideshare app on the island. With just a few taps, you can request a safe, reliable, and affordable ride anywhere in Grenada. Whether you're heading to your hotel, the beach, a restaurant, or exploring the island, RideGo has you covered. No waiting, no guessing, no hassle. Download the RideGo app today and experience transportation the modern way. RideGo, moving Grenada one ride at a time. Welcome to Ride Country.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of our program here. And as we see on Ride Along Live, everyone has a story to tell. This story is certainly a story that we're going to continue to update you on. And we urge everyone, guys, if you're in a position right now where you could safely adjust your status, there are people who are in a good standing to do so through marriage or what have you. Please do so. If you have a green card, it might be a good opportunity to get your citizenship if you reach that threshold, because you have added protection. Okay? Be careful. Stay out of trouble, guys. Thank you for watching. Keep it locked to Ride Along Live for continuous updates on immigration matters in the United States. On behalf of all of our production crew here at Ride Along Live, good night.